WHAS 11 Weather First.
Well, the weather has been gorgeous and mild today, but here is your reminder that it is still winter. Hello, everyone, and thanks so much for joining us this Sunday. I'm Alex Dieterer. We have a winter weather advisory in effect for tomorrow night. We are getting you started with your weather first with meteorologist Alden German. Alden, what's the latest right now?
Alex, this is one of those forecasts where things change pretty quickly. We have been talking about the potential to see some snow showers tomorrow night, but the way the forecast has evolved, we are now tracking that potential for some accumulating snow. So a winter weather advisory is in place for these purple counties from Highway 56 in southern Indiana south to the western Kentucky and Bluegrass parkways. The timing for this is going to be fairly important given our temperatures. We'll start off seeing some rain, which could be heavy at times late tomorrow afternoon into the early evening hours, maybe even a few rumbles of thunder. Then we'll transition over to rain and snow that could come down fairly heavily. That's something we'll be watching fairly closely as well. So our main weather headlines with this: rain and then some thunder will be possible with it, but no severe weather for tomorrow afternoon into the evening hours. Then we should see a fairly quick transition from rain to snow early tomorrow night, with some mild weather still coming our way for this upcoming week. Coming up in my complete forecast, I'm going to break down Futurecast hour by hour, stopping to show you when and where exactly this heaviest band of snow is expected to develop. Back to you, Alex.
Thank you, Alden. It's been no secret Kentucky has seen a boom in sports betting since its launch in September, but this weekend may prove to be the most lucrative of them all for venues, especially now as the big game gets underway. WHAS 11 night teams Connor Steffen and photojournalist Aspen Hester are checking in on how businesses are faring as thousands of Kentuckians place wagers on the Super Bowl.
Over at downtown Derby City Gaming's First Turn Bar, the sports betting kiosks stayed full for hours as one after another hopefuls made their bets on the big game.
Kansas City, because of their defense.
As Christian McCaffrey plays for San Francisco, so I'm kind of rooting for him and his success with that. But Kansas City, I like them as well.
You know, this is going to be interesting because we've not ever had sports betting for Super Bowl.
You can add it to the growing list of firsts Kentucky's betting venues saw this last year, when lawmakers finally passed a law legalizing sports betting in the Commonwealth.
Long overdue. Long overdue. We let cars drive over the bridge right here into Indiana. It's been long overdue.
And now Kentuckians join an estimated 26% of adults in betting on the Super Bowl. The American Gaming Association expects a record 67.8 million Americans will put money on the game. That's up 35% from last year. The association also says bettors plan to wager an estimated $23.1 billion, up from $16 billion in 2023. The Derby City Gaming and Hotel venue off Poplar Level Road is hoping to capitalize off that this weekend.
We have tons of things lined up with the game. It's a huge TV to watch it, but we'll also have representatives from Patron. We'll have some swag. We'll have some of the best chicken wings, we can argue.
Sports kiosks at the ready, bolstering thousands of potential Super Bowl bets. In Louisville, Connor Steffen, WHAS 11 on your side.
In this past October alone, the first full month of legalized sports wagering, Kentuckians spent over $294 million at in-person sports books and on mobile apps. That's according to state data. But now there's a heightened plea to help those struggling with addiction. If you or someone you know has a gambling addiction, take a look at the number right here on your screen. It's 1-800-522-4700. The National Problem Gambling Hotline is open every day. One person is dead this evening after crashing into 3 homes in the Park Hill neighborhood. At around 11 this morning, LMPD 2nd Division officers responded to a call of a single vehicle crash on Wilson Avenue, which is near 23rd Street. LMPD's preliminary investigation says that an adult male was driving a passenger vehicle when he lost control of the car and then hit 3 homes. As a result of the crash, the driver was pronounced dead at the scene. LMPD says that according to witnesses, speed was a factor. No one else was hurt in this crash, and the LMPD traffic unit is continuing its investigation. LMPD is also investigating after 2 deadly shootings overnight. One was in the California neighborhood at about 4 this morning. Officers responded to the shooting on West Broadway, about a block away from the Kroger on South 28th Street. Police found a man who was 37-year-old Ronald Beatty had been shot and he died at the scene. Police are also investigating a shooting in the Okolona neighborhood. LMPD says it happened around 1:15 this morning on Egypt Lane, not far from Preston Highway and Outer Loop. When officers arrived at the scene, they found a man, now identified as 27-year-old Ronald Hull, had been shot inside a vehicle. Hull did die at the scene. Anyone with information about either of these two shootings is encouraged to call the anonymous tip line at 574-LMPD. In a rare move, the Kentucky House unanimously passed a bill this week banding together to bolster disclosure of sexual misconduct allegations against teachers. House Bill 275 hopes to make it more difficult for teachers with allegations of sexual misconduct to move from one district to another. The bill would require districts to contact each district that previously employed a job applicant for a reference check. Previous employers would have to disclose any allegation or disciplinary action related to abusive conduct while the applicant worked for the district.
This is a piece of legislation that I honestly wish we didn't have to deal with. And I'm going to say that 99.9% plus of our dedicated teachers and those individuals who work in our school systems are there to support our children, to help them in their education.
The bill now heads to the Senate. Well, it's never too early to think about summer, and the Algonquin Pool in West Louisville is about to undergo a major renovation.
And the West deserves the best. It's been well overdue, and this is just the beginning.
City leaders unveiled the plans for the new pool. It's set to feature amenities that include a family slide, a climbing wall, and a vortex. More than $9 million of American Rescue Plan funds are being devoted to renovations between the Algonquin and Camp Taylor pools.
This pool has been incredibly important to families in this part of the city and our entire city since it opened in the 1960s. But in all of that time since it opened, it never had a major renovation.
Demolition at the Algonquin Pool is already underway, and renovation work is set to start in the spring. Mayor Craig Greenberg expects the project will take about a year to complete, and he wants to reopen the pool by spring of 2025.